Om Sadashiva-Samarambha Shankaracharya-Madhyamam Asmadacharya-Paryantam Vande Guru-Paramparam Gurur-Brahma Gurur-Vishnu Gurur-Devo Maheshwara Guru-Sakshat Param-Brahma Tasmai Shri-Gurave Namaha Om Sahana-Bhavatu Sahano-Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahi Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidyushavaihi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnanapradam Gurum Mumukshunam Hitarthaya Tattva Bodho Vidhiyate. Atma Kaha Stula Sukshma Karana Sarirat Vyatiriktaha Panchakoshatitaha San Avasthatraya Sakshi Sachidananda Swarupaha San iha tishthati sa atma stula shariram kim panchikruta panchamahabhutehi krutam satkarmajanyam sukha dukkhadi bhogayatanam shariram asthi jayate vardhate viparinamate apakshiyate vinashyati iti षड्विकारवत् एतत् स्थूल शरीरम सूक्ष्म शरीरम किम अपंचीकृत पंचमहाभूतैः कृतं सत्कर्मजन्यं सुख दुःखादि भोग साधनं पंच ज्ञानेन्द्रियाणि पंच कर्मेन्द्रियाणि पंच प्राणादयः मनश्चैकं बुद्धिश्चैकैवं सप्तदश कलाभिः सह इह तिष्ठति तत् सूक्ष्म शरीरम्. श्रोत्रं त्वक् चक्षु रसना घ्राणम् इति पंच ज्ञानेन्द्रियाणि. श्रोत्रस्य दिग्देवता त्वच वायुः चक्षुषः सूर्यः रसनाया वरुणः घ्राणस्य अश्विनौ इति ज्ञानेन्द्रिय देवता. Up to this we have seen. So to summarize quickly, as we saw, Atma Satya Jagan Mithya or Atma Satya Tadanyat Sarvam Mithya iti. The me alone is truth, the Atma, the me alone is truth, other than me everything else is false. That is called self-inquiry, in short. Now question may arise, what is me? So the definition was, Stula Shukshma Karana Sarirat Vyatiriktaha. So I am someone who is more than three bodies, this gross body, subtle body and causal body. Then not only Stula Shukshma Karana Sarirat Vyatiriktaha, Pancha Kosatitaha. So I have five sheath, that also we'll see in details. So I am more than that. And not only that, Avastatraya Sakshi. I do witness three fields of experiences named waking, dream and deep sleep. And of course I do exist, and in which way? Satchidananda Swarupa. So my nature is Sat, Chit and Ananda. The existence, the awareness and the happiness. So if that is me, then it was being explained in details what is what is Stula Shariram. That also we saw in details. What is this gross body? Because, and also we also saw what is the subtle body. So if we remember carefully the difference between subtle body and gross body. So the gross body is made up of 5 elements. I am just trying to give you comparison so that it becomes easier for you to recollect and understand. So the first thing is what happens. He said that Panchikruta Panchamahabhutaihi. So that means the gross body is made up of 5 grossified elements. Whereas a subtle body also is made up of 5 elements, but not grossified. It is ungrossified. That's why gross body is visible, subtle body is not visible. This is the difference. This is the first thing. So the consequences of it comes what? Indriyahi gocharaha, indriyahi agocharaha. So this is something to be visible by sense organs. The gross body is visible to others, to me, to others, and the subtle body is not visible. Of course, one cannot come to a conclusion that because it is not visible, it does not exist. Please understand, this is a very wrong example or wrong argument. There are many things are not visible. For example, forget about anything. Your eyes are not visible to you. So when your eyes are not visible to you, can you say that I do not exist? Because eyes to be visible, you need the help of mirror. Only you can see or see the reflection of your eyes, not eyes. And that too you have to trust the mirror. If you don't trust the mirror, you understand? Still you cannot believe that there is eye. And of course if you come across concave or convex mirror, God knows what's going to see. So that means even if you have eyes and you don't see, that does not mean that you don't have eyes. That's why there are many things, all the sense organs and everything works and we do not see. The reason is why I am trying to here highlight is because there is a big difference between the gross body and subtle body. Subtle body is something not visible. So that when it talks in details, we'll see today. Then second thing is not only that, Satkarma Janyam. So both gross body and subtle body is made up of what? Because of our Punya Karma. That is, both are one and same. That's not a problem at all. And also says beautifully, this gross body was called Bhogayatanam. Sukha Dukkhadi Bhogayatanam. So it is the award to experience Sukham and Dukkham. Whereas a subtle body becomes Sukha Dukkhadi Bhoga Sadhanam. It is a tool, it is a means, it is an instrument to experience both pain and pleasure. And interestingly, I would like to say add also that because Sthula Shariram, the gross body, is made up of 5 grossified elements, and of course Indriya Gochara, let us say Indriya Gochara, means is visible through the sense organs. That's why it goes through 6-fold modifications. So what we say, Asti, Jayate, Vardhate, Viparinamate, Apakshate, Vinasyati iti. So when it goes through all the 6 modifications, that means the gross body dies definitely. There is a death. Whereas a subtle body, because it is made up of ungrossified 5 elements, that's why it does not go through the death. So there is no this sort of modification. That's why what happens, the subtle body travels and always looks for gross body. So this is how the link which we have seen in also our this other text what we are taking is Shiva Samhita. So always this what happens, this subtle body always travels, always moves, always looks for gross body. So that means today what gross body you have, please understand, it is just for small time span. After some time, this gross body will not be there, but the subtle body will continue. That is how this body keeps changing. And why and how? Let us look at. When he was explaining, this is what this is, and there the gross body goes through these modifications and finally dies. Here says that this subtle body made up of 17 parts or 17 categories or 17 elements. So when this is the situation, now it talks in details as we saw. Pancha Gyanendriyani. So what are the 5 organs of perceptions? And they are Devatas, presiding deity. Because this is a unique concept which I was trying to talk yesterday also. Please understand. The eyes, what we see eyes, we call Golakha. The physical aspect, that what you see is called physical aspect. But behind this eyes, there is a subtle body, which is not visible. That's why you can see the eyes will work properly when there is subtle body. The tongue will work when there is subtle body. The ear will work when there is subtle body. So if the subtle body is not there, even if all these organs are open or organs are intact, remember, it will not function at all. So that's why we make it very clear that there is a subtle body and also it works with a presiding deity. It has got unseen power. So that is called, making you to understand or to travel from grossness to subtle. So this is a big travel. Unless this travel happens, the person will never become happy in life. Will keep fluctuating, keep really dancing according to the situation. However, says beautifully, with this, let us look at the field of experiences that we know. Let us read quickly. Shrutrasya vishayah shabda grahanam tvachah vishayah sparsha grahanam chakshusha vishayah rupa grahanam rasanaya vishayah rasa grahanam granasya vishayah gandha grahanam iti. Says, if you look at what is the each one's field of experience. Shrutrasya vishayah shabda grahanam. The field of experience of the ear is the cognition of sound. Tvachah vishayah sparsha grahanam. Same thing, the field of experience of skin is the cognition of touch. Chakshusha vishayah rupa grahanam. So chakyu means the eyes. The field of experience of the eyes is that to recognize color and form. Rasanaya, the field of experience of the tongue is cognition of taste. Granasya, for grana, for smell. So that means the field of experience of the nose is what? To smell. Now why it talks? You need to understand this point. Actually, this whole world here is being divided into 5 parts. So whatever you experience, whatever you see, only you remember or you experience based on these 5, nothing else. So when you see an object, you don't see the object. You recollect or you remember the color and form of the object, which is of course desired by you. Or if you see that, let us say, some flower, so flower you will remember the color and the smell. Very rarely you may remember the touch, because touch you may not touch, but the color, first color or the fragrance. Suppose if I say, for example, if I say a rose, when the moment I say the rose flower, what do you think? Which one is appearing in front of you? Most probably the color and form, and sometimes the fragrance. Very rarely you will think of rose petals that it is soft to touch. Just this is an example, but rose has got its uniqueness that it is soft to touch, but nobody remembers that. Very rarely you remember. So that means there your eyes goes, or there you remember, I would rather say, that you remember, which is really very much connected to you. That's why all these fields of experiences are being highlighted to a person based on one's own need, based on one's own weaknesses and insecurity. Because there are many flowers, because you can say, oh, actually eyes are more powerful. No, not necessarily. There are many flowers. Like Yasmin, if I say, Yasmin being white in color need not be that beautiful, that attractive. But the moment you use Yasmin, your nose starts, going up. Because you start smelling. You understand what I am trying to say? Because that stands for Yasmin has got its own fragrance. So with reference to Yasmin, the color and form is not important. Their fragrance becomes important. Can you see how the gross object, how this objective world is being categorized, is being accepted, is received based on these 5 categories. So that's why you have to understand that how all this field of experiences are being divided into 5 categories, and how you look at everything in your life, and of course in return how others look at you also, both way. That's why knowing all these things, then what happens? Okay, I understand. Then what about this pancha karmendriyani? Remember, based on this pancha gyanendriyani, 5 organs of perception, of course this pancha karmendriyani, organs of action supports. So how they support and how they go about it, let us also look at the same concept. Bak pani, pada payo, upasthani, iti pancha karmendriyani. So there are 5 organs of actions, and what are they? So starting with the back. So back means the organs of speech. Pani, the hands. Pada, the legs. Payu, so the organs of excretion, removing the waste products. Then comes upasthani, the organs of creation, the genital organ. So these are the 5 organs of actions. Now also, before going that, it also tries to talk its presiding deity. Because remember, that even if you have tongue, the organs of action here, organ of speech, whatever the tongue you have, beautiful tongue you have, everything is great, but that does not mean that you will be able to speak. Those who are dumb, everything is intact. Maybe their tongue is much better than the one who speaks all the time. You understand? Because the one who speaks all the time, the tongue is, mouth is open, lot of bacteria will be there. At least that fellow keeps quiet, you understand? So what I am trying to say is, a dumb person, physical organ, what we call golakha, is perfectly okay. But the person is not able to speak. Hands are intact. Just look at those who have got, this paralytic attack. Suppose one side paralytic attack takes place. So one hand is properly moving, other hand is not moving. Why? One leg is moving, other leg is not moving. Why? Physically both are one and same. Then you say, no, nerve is not working. You understand? Now how the medical science will misguide you, take you in different ways. So what is that nerve? Oh, it's a chemical reactions. So okay, you put some more chemical. If this is the chemical reaction, do one thing, understand this chemical, this hand chemical, and inject in that chemical here. After all, it's one body. Everything is keep moving. How come only 1% chemical is there strong, other person is not there? That's why the medical science becomes inadequate here. So here we say very carefully that there is presiding deity, there is a subtle aspect behind it which makes all the organs of actions and perceptions to move. So when it talks that, he says beautifully, starting with Vachoho Devata Vanni. We didn't read. Vacho Devata Vanni Hastayoho Indraha Padayoho Vishnu Payoho Mrityoho Upastasya Prajapati Iti Karmendriya Devata. Such a beautiful way to present. Says Vacho Devata Vanni. The presiding deity of speech is called fire. How it is related, you can see. The job of the fire is what? To give light. And of course, also give heat, both. It generates heat, also it gives light. So also the speech. So speech helps to communicate what is there in you, it communicates, including your anger, that you are angry, okay? Even if when it generates heat also, it also communicates that I am angry. Don't come nearer to me. I will destroy you. You understand? So that means it's very clear how the fire does both jobs. So also the speech does the same job. So that's why let my organs of speech connected to the fire. Let it be more useful giving communication rather than generating unnecessarily heat. But it is a part of it. If you are not careful, definitely it will. Because you cannot, remember this thing, you cannot remove heat from the fire. So also when you talk something, definitely some type of heat will be generated in others' mind, also in your mind. It's inevitable. That's why one has to be extremely careful with reference to tongue speech. The reason is why, that's why you can see, interestingly, this mouth, or you can say this tongue, let us say, is working in both ways. It is also organs of perception, also organs of action. Can you see? It has given double load. So through the tongue you taste. So that means organs of perception is involved in the same place. And again organs of speech, organs of action. So that means they know that heat will generate automatically. Along with the light, along with the communication, heat will be generated. So that's why I give more load so that the tongue will keep quiet. Means tongue will be tired, will be very careful. But unfortunately, our tongue never stops, okay? Only keeps generating heat and heat. Okay? Next thing he says, Hastayoho Indra. The presiding deity of hands called Indra. So Indra stands for here mighty person, the most mightiest person, the strongest person. So that's why it is being related to Indra. So let my hand be strong. Then comes Padayoho Vishnu. So the feet is related to the presiding deity feet is Vishnu, because Vishnu is called as a Trivikrama in Vamana Avatara when he was a dwarf. So what he did, he put 3 steps. Interestingly, very nice story goes, because the meaning is behind a lot. So there was a king called Bali. He was a great, but at the same time man of charity, but very arrogant. Everything was great, but only one bad thing was very arrogant. That's why everybody destroys themselves, okay? Whether it's Ravan and all these things, all these demon characters, they are not bad actually. They are very good in all aspects. Only one problem is the arrogance. What they think, that is right. Nobody can interfere. Nobody can think. And if anybody opposes them, they do all sorts of destruction like any common people. Only because you don't have strength to destroy, so that's why you keep quiet. Suppose if you have strength also, you will destroy. This is the difference. So they had a strength, so if anybody opposes, they destroy. And interestingly, when he was doing ritual, this body, so how to, Lord Vishnu had to become a small dwarf boy and went. So asked for something, I want something. Okay, he asked it, okay, to be given something, give him. No, I want nothing, I want just 3, to make it cut short, just 3 steps of this earth. Bali started laughing, what are you talking? You are after all a dwarf boy. Just 3 steps means how much space will take? If you want one kingdom, you can take it. Just 3 steps. No, he said, no, I am very happy, satisfied with the 3 steps, please. Okay, what to do? Okay, granted. So he put the first step. In the first step, all earth was covered. In the first step itself. So when he tried to put the second step, in fact the first step symbolically is there here in near Badrinath. So on the top of Badrinath, so there is a mountain, so that the first step is believed to be there. So here, where we are staying, like some few hundred kilometers from here. So the first step was covered. So okay, second step he put, in the second step was covered all the antarikshas, means interspace. Now he asked, where is the third step? Give me the space for third step. Because I asked you, I said what to do. Then Vali of course understood, he's not an ordinary person, he's Vishnu, what to do? Okay, there is one place is left which I have not given. What is it? My ego, my individuality, and stands for the head. Okay, please put the third step on my head, which stands for ego, the individuality. And of course Lord Vishnu put the step on his head and he went down. Just make it cut short. So the Vishnu was such that he could move with 2 steps entire universe. So let my leg be that strong. Means the strength should be there to move. The locomotion should happen. Okay? Interestingly, payoho mrityu. So payo means the organs of waste product, okay? Where the waste product moves. So he says, for that presiding deity is mrityu. Perfect job. Do you know why? What does the mrityu do? The Yama Devata is a Dharmaraja. What does he do? He understands when you are useless, you become burden to the society, then he takes you away. It's a very simple thing. The death happens to that person when that person becomes burden to the society, burden to one's own self. So that means the job of Yama is to take away that person. You can see the life even if all the demons. That's why we have a beautiful concept. When a demon is not completely burden to the society, there is some type of grace, means is doing something good for the society. That time, till that person, till that time, that asura or the demon will not be killed. They cannot kill him, impossible. Because still the person is useful, doing something. How can they kill? When they discover is completely burden to the society, there is no hope at all. That time, that fellow will be killed. So in short, what I am trying to say is, the job of the Dharmaraja, Yama, the death is to take away who are unwanted, who are useless. It's better to die. That's why before feeling useless, better to die. Okay, don't worry, nothing will happen. Okay, it's not in your hand either. So he knows how to calculate, not you. Okay. However, coming back. So here he says, so Yamaraja becomes the presiding deity of here Payu, because Payu does the job of what? Waste product. Imagine if there is no movement of waste product. If the waste product doesn't go away, what will happen? Big mess. So that means, oh God, oh Yamaraja, please be helpful to me, so that whatever waste product is there, let it go away smoothly. All useless things should go away. So that's why it's being connection. And finally comes Upastha. So Upastasya Prajapati. The Prajapati, here the Brahma, becomes the presiding deity of Upastha, the genital organ or the organs of creation. So this is the difference. There is a small difference here, like any other thing. Brahmaji has power of creating all species, whereas we human beings have power only to create our own species. This is the limitation. Because Brahmaji can create a bird, anything, animal, anything and everything. But human being can create only one thing, or each one can create only that species. So here he says, like how Brahmaji creates. This is the beautiful point. So Brahmaji creates for a purpose. Brahmaji does not create just like that. So whatever the creation, you can see every animal, every bird or plant kingdom, everything has got purpose except me myself, okay, who spoils the purpose. So here he says that you need to, when you create this creation, let the creation be connected to Brahmaji, so that in your creation there should be a purpose, not a purposeless creation. You understand what I am trying to say? Nowadays, most of the cases are purposeless creation. Only human being creates purposeless creation. That's why confusion. In animal kingdom, there is no confusion at all. Just observe any animal kingdom. There is no confusion at all. Plant kingdom, of course, there is no confusion. Only confusion is in this human creation. Because the Brahmaji has given power. And these fellows are misusing, abusing, and what they do is, okay, keep creating without any purpose. Because you feel like creating, create. However, let us look at Iti Karmendriya Devata. So these are the presiding deities of organs of action. Okay, so what are their field? Which we'll see tomorrow. Please close your eyes. Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.